Well, hello, folks. Welcome to episode 7 of Living News. I'm John, and my co host tonight is Corinne. Welcome, Corinne.
Tonight and every night.
Every time we do it. Now, Corinne, you've got something in your hand there you wanted to remind us about.
Yeah, I wanted to show everyone that my cup came. Last time, remember, we had Faith FM on the program for those of you who didn't watch. And Johnny and I have been waiting for our cup. And I love it says, faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. And we're happy that you're joining us today for another uplifting program. I know you're going to love it.
Yeah, it's good. And I got my cup too, Corinne.
Did you?
But my daughter and granddaughter happened to be home when my cup arrived.
Okay.
And when we opened it up, they said, "Oh, that's a nice cup." I said, "Okay, well, you can have it."
Oh, he's too nice.
So, well, it's great. Look, folks, this, as I mentioned before, this is episode 7, and we're getting through quite a few topics now that we've had. But if you know of any good stories out there and that you'd like us to present that on Living News, please contact us, and we'll see if we can add that good story to Living News.
Absolutely. I'm excited about today's program. All the ladies that are going to come on, you're going to really enjoy it. Stick around. Yeah.
We've got a tight program tonight, so let's get stuck into it, and we're going to have a listen to our health segment.
So we have done nutrition, we've done exercise, we've done water, and now we will be learning about something that starts with the letter S. I will give you a few hints. It's something that only comes out during the day. It's also something that's quite warm. So if you said the sun or sunshine, yes, that's what we will be talking about. So I have a very special friend with me today that has been looking forward to this children's story all week. He loves playing out in the sun, and he has a lot to say about the benefits of sunshine. So Sammy, do you want to come and say hi to the boys and girls? Come on, Sammy, I think he might be a bit shy. Come on, you've been so excited. Hi, Sammy.
Hi.
Do you want to say hi to the boys and girls?
Hi, boys and girls.
So, Sammy, I heard that you love playing outside.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Sammy, would you like to tell us a little bit more about why it's important for us to get sunshine?
Well, some of you may know that in order to have big and strong bones, you need something called vitamin D. When you play out in the sun, your body starts making vitamin D. And also, did you know that the sun can help improve your mood? If you're feeling sad, you should spend 10 to 15 minutes in the sun. And also, when you're feeling sick, you should go outside because the sun can help boost your immune system.
I think I'll try that next time.
And even spending as little as 5 to 15 minutes in the sun can have a positive impact on our health.
That's really interesting, Sammy. So you're telling me that the sun does all of these things?
Yep, that's right.
I've also heard that if you stay out too long in the sun, you can get sunburnt.
Yes, that's also very true. That's why we need to be sun smart.
Sun smart. So, Sammy, tell us, how can we be sun smart?
Well, it's just as simple as slip, slop, slap.
Okay, slip, slop, slap. So, what do you do to slip, slop, slap?
Well, you slip on a shirt, you slap on a hat, and you slop on some sunscreen.
Okay, that's pretty easy. So, Sammy, I can see that you've actually brought us your favourite hat.
Yep, I love wearing my hat outside.
All right, let's see how it looks like on you. Oh, that's very nice.
Yep, I'm planning on wearing it for my walk today.
And you make sure that you have sunscreen on as well?
Yep.
That looks very nice, Sammy.
Thank you very much.
So, I know you're eager to go outside and play. So thank you very much, boys and girls, for watching and for listening. And remember to get enough sun so that you can grow big and strong, and that your bones can be healthy, and that your mind can be healthy. And we hope that you have a very good day. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wasn't that great?
Yep.
And who's Sammy?
Don't know. We were asking ourselves that question. Who's Sammy? That was really good, Andrea. And I like the fact that we're talking about sunshine. Not much of it happening at the moment, but every chance that you see the sun is out, get out there so we can have, like, Andrea said, it's good for your mood, don't feel too down.
I remember during, COVID and all that, the doctors were saying that people just weren't getting out in the sun enough. And that was actually causing a lot of illnesses because people weren't getting the vitamin D that they required.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so, we all need to supplement on vitamin D, especially in winter.
There you go.
Yeah, so, but the best way to get vitamin D is actually through the sun. So I really appreciate that story.
Very good.
Andrea and Sammy. So, Corinne,
Yes.
our next segment is a group of ladies that have actually come to join us today, and we're going to talk to them about their ministry, their project that they're working on. And but before we do that, we're just going to do a little introduction clip about their program.
Cool.
Thanks.
I have 3 kids. At the moment, they are 2 and 6 and 4. Wait a minute. I know my kids' ages. Hold on. 4 years old, 2 years old, a 6-week-old baby. I feel like the saying takes a village to raise a child definitely applies. In the Mums at the Table community has really brought that in to make me stronger, supported, grounded, to give me information, to educate me.
Being so isolated for a while, I had no interaction with any other mums. It was nice to actually come in person and meet mums, so it was really good.
I actually found Mums at the Table on Facebook. I tried to come along pretty early. Bella was only 6 weeks old. I've been coming pretty much every week since then. It's been a really lovely experience.
Mums at the Table group, it has given me the right start of the journey that I needed to have for coming here in this country. Not just like a place to just go, but actually somewhere that I felt inclusive and I was wanted and I belonged there. So the Mums at the Table group just gave me that platform.
When I became a mum, it was in the middle of lockdown. I found myself on my own, not really knowing anyone else in the community. So when I heard about Mums at the Table and the opportunity to become a moderator, I just jumped at the idea.
I think the most useful thing is that we're all going through the same thing. It's stressful as it can seem and you think you're the only one. So it's really nice to feel that like camaraderie.
I would say a lot of my friends now in Sydney are actually from Mums at the Table group. They always care, and Leslie pushes me to as well because she invites me to these lovely picnics, playgroups.
Mums at the Table is a great resource. It's a great thing to have in your mum toolkit, a great way to feel supported, to feel that you have information and reputable knowledge at your fingertips.
I think as an adult it can be quite difficult to try and make friendships. So yeah, being able to come here and meet mums in the area and knowing that I've got a support group has been the most beneficial thing for me.
And you find some kind of positivity and you kind of think that you find hope, basically, that we're still good. There's still good people out there.
And I just think of one mum in particular. She was alone with her partner and her baby, and she'd never left the house. She saw the meetup that we were having in the park, so she joined. It was the first time her baby had seen other babies and they were playing together, and it was so cute. And then she said, I need to leave now. I need to breastfeed my baby. And so she left. And then about 20 minutes later, she's come back to join us. And then she said, I was just having such a great time. I've never fed my baby outside my home, but I really wanted to keep spending time with you. So I gave it a go. I breastfed my baby in the car, and now I'm back and I want to keep hanging out with you.
Supportive, encouraging, full of love.
Yes, definitely would recommend Mums at the Table to anyone who's interested in meeting new friends, having a laugh. It's been a really great experience.
That was a great video, and we're going to introduce you to the people, the project manager and a couple of volunteer moderator for Mums at the Table. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell you, Johnny, just the day before, my daughter-in-law came and she said, oh, guess what? One of my friends just had a baby, and she said, oh, she's not really doing too well. This is why we love our next guests, because they know how important it is for mothers to talk together. Anyway, I'm not going to say too much. I'm just too excited about bringing them on, as you can tell. But Melody is a project manager. Hi, Melody. Thank you for joining us. Lovely to see you. You've also brought with you Tarani and also Alicia. Hi.
Hi, Melody, Tarani, and Alicia.
Yeah, so lovely to have you on, and it's just a great thing that you are doing, and we're very blessed that you can come and meet us.
I agree, Corinne. It's so important, this program, because you often hear of people that are struggling after they've given birth, with how do they bring up the kids and things like that, and what do they do, what programs can they do, all that. But these ladies, they're the specialists, not me.
They're the specialists, yeah.
I actually feel I feel like a fish out of water here today.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had little kids. It's been a long time.
We'll just Melody, we just want to start with asking you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just a little bit of overview. What is Mums at the Table?
So Mums at the Table is, I guess the background is that it's a not-for-profit initiative from Adventist Media, which is part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. But what it actually is that we exist to support mums. All of us, Tarani, Alicia, and our other volunteers and myself, we've all been there, done that. We're not experts, but we know the struggle. We know the pain. And so we exist to support mums. And we try to do that in a couple of ways. We educate them through our website and our newsletter. And then we also create community through our social media channels and our local meetup groups.
Lovely. That sounds great. You mentioned, I remember a while ago seeing you guys on, there was a show, like I know you can still see the past episodes on YouTube. You had a show in a magazine as well, is that correct?
Very, very good. Yes. So we used to distribute a free monthly magazine, a print magazine, and we had a 30-minute talk show that aired on free-to-air TV. Alicia was actually our personal trainer on that show as well. So it was on free-to-air in Australia and New Zealand, as well as our YouTube channel. About 2 years ago, we did a bit of an analysis of our projects, and then we discovered that all of them have been highly successful in reaching and supporting moms, and they're well loved by all our audiences, but we had to be sustainable and as effective as possible. And by sustainable, I mean financially sustainable. And so we had to narrow our focus. And we discovered that our digital platforms, so the website, the newsletter, the social media channels, and the Facebook groups, which actually facilitate our in-person meetup groups, they have proven to be the most effective way of reaching and supporting our audience. And so, which is why we decided to just basically pare everything else down and just keep the most effective ones there.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right. I actually, when I first heard about Mums at the Table, it was actually through the magazines, and they were really good magazines. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm just glad that there was one way that I've got to know you, is because I'm not a mum. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So, what kind of support can volunteer moderators expect?
So what we do is when we talk about volunteer moderators, this is done usually through partnership with Seventh-day Adventist churches. And the reason for that is because Mums at the Table is affiliated with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And so we have to do it with the churches just in the interest of public liability and child safety. Mm-hmm. And so in terms of the partnership that we do is that when we first, I need to bring you back in history. So when we first started Moms at the Table, we created just one Facebook group, and that was for moms in Australia and New Zealand. But then increasingly what we discovered in the group is that many other group members were actually going, I feel very isolated. I need to meet up with someone. I would like to have a group of people that I can actually meet in person. So they wanted that village, that community. And I think it came out even more because of lockdown. So everyone, mothers group or play groups and everything just kind of shut down. And so everyone just wanted that kind of human connection. And then we knew that churches were there and wanting to find a way to serve their local communities as well. So we put 2 and 2 together and decided to pair up churches with the group members. So we found that these churches can help provide the manpower and woman power. We actually recorded moderators, and so they, with the help of the church, they organize these in-person meetups, and they support the moms in the community, and they form that kind of connection with them.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, us mothers, we do like to have, chatting and things like that. And, even though we do have social media platform and things like that, it's not the same thing as when you're talking to someone face to face. And if you're having a bad day and you're crying and someone is there to listen, this is what I just love what you're doing, because firstly, even like from your video clip, there was no shying away from even the girl saying, Julie, I think it was, saying the name of the kids and getting all muddled up. This is really what happens as a mum. You know what I mean? This is the reality of it. And this is why we wanted to bring you guys, because you weren't faking it and like making it something that it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Being a mum is hard work, but having, lovely people like you guys to organize groups and to have people meet up, I think that's wonderful.
And Melody, you also said that you're going to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, and it's really handy as well, because when you're at home alone with just your kid, you're the entertainer. You bring them to a meetup group. The other kids are the entertainers.
So true.
Now, Melody, you were talking about partnerships, that you need to get these partnerships, and you work with the churches and the community to make these partnerships. So how do you go about doing that and getting these new groups established?
Well, we have another member of the team who actually goes around to different churches and just basically tell them about the Moms at the Table initiative. But we are also very open to churches just contacting us and just getting in touch and going and saying, hey, we're thinking of supporting moms in our local area. How can we do it? And we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Is it a lot of work, by the way, to set up
Sorry?
a group? Is it a lot of work to set up a group?
No. Well, I say no. It's the reality is it really isn't, and maybe Tarani and Alicia can. I'm going to put it this way: it's as much work as you want to put in
it.
And what we really, really just want is consistency. We want our moderators to say that, yes, I want to set up a group and I want to meet up with the moms in my local area, and I will do it regularly. And that's the key word, is regularly. It's not I'm going to meet up, this week, 3 months later, or maybe I'll meet up 6 months later. Consistently, what has worked is if they meet, because these moms, 1 week they're not going to be able to make it because there's a diaper nappy disaster or something like that. But they know they can come again next week.
So you've been talking about these moderators, and we've got these 2 lovely ladies, moderators, that are on the program with us tonight. So Tarani and Alicia, can you explain maybe what are some of the type of programs? And are all the programs the same, or different venues have different types of
I will introduce the ladies and I'll let them explain
Okay.
for themselves. And I think this is actually the great thing that I like about this ministry is that Tarani is part of the moderator group in Adelaide, and
Yes.
Alicia is our sole moderator in Toowoomba, but she's got the support of her churches, I believe as well. And that's the beautiful thing. They run their Moms at the Table groups very, very differently. And so maybe we'll get Tarani to explain how she does it, and then Alicia can talk about hers as well.
That'd
Sure.
be great. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Hey guys. We run a few events, and yeah, the keyword was regularly, which we learned. But we run a Wednesday like a meet up at the playgroup or catch up, what we call, at a park. But since it's been cold, we do it at a cafe with an indoor playground, which is going great. We've collaborated with Bunnings, the Kids DIY workshop this term as well, and we do that on Tuesdays for 1 hour. And on Monday, we also collaborate with our Paravista Seventh-day Adventist Church playgroup, which has been our biggest, I think, support and our biggest feeder for Mums at the Table in Adelaide this moment. So we do those three and work along with other churches as well. So yeah,
So
those
that's
are some of the
3
events.
days. Wow, that's really great.
Yeah, for me, the ones I'm involved in, are those ones. 3 days
Do you have the
straight.
same people? Oh, sorry, Tarani, 3 days. Do you have the same people attending the 3 days, or you have kind of different groups attending?
At this stage, all different, 3 different.
All different, yeah, 3 different separate groups.
Yeah. So the Tuesday ones has been interesting. That's the one where we see a lot of dads coming to now. So they're not coming to the playgroup, but they'll come along to the Bunnings one. So
hands
we know
on.
why.
Yeah. We love hands-on dad, don't we? That's great. Yeah.
What about your program, Alicia, that you run?
Yeah, so we do a weekly meetup on a Wednesday as well at the moment. And at the moment, we've been really lucky and blessed because the church where we are locally in Toowoomba has a massive hall that's like indoors and warm and safe. And it actually used to run a playgroup there a few years ago. So all of their like toys and kids stuff was in the cupboards not being used. So I came along, I moved to Toowoomba, and I was like, I want a mums group because I want to make friends. And so I got in touch with Melody, started the group, and then was able to actually just go to the cupboards and pull out all this stuff. And so we set up a weekly play group and meet up in this big hall with toys. And then I try, it doesn't happen every week, to have some kind of hands-on activity or craft for the kids as well. And then once a month, on the first Wednesday of the month, we do an outdoor meetup at a park if it's good weather. And that just mixes it up so that we're, bit of indoor, bit of outdoor. So that's sort of how ours runs at the moment.
We have a group in Invercargill in New Zealand as well, and their meetup is they do a walking group. So they just meet up at a park and then they go for a walk.
That's awesome.
So it's really different. It depends on what your interests are.
Isn't it freezing in Invercargill? They have big coats on to go for a walk.
But they need the sunshine.
Yes.
Remember?
Okay, the sunshine.
The sunshine.
Because the sunshine.
And look, ladies, I'm just thinking of people that are watching, and they may not be watching now because we have a lot of people that watch after the program, after live. So, maybe tomorrow or the next day they might watch it. But they may be wondering, if they wanted to become a moderator, is there a lot of work that's involved? Is it a big commitment for them?
Yes and no. The biggest commitment that we would really want is the commitment to do this regularly. So I know it sounds like, Adelaide, they're doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week. They do have a big group of moderators that are helping out as well. But it's not something that we expect you to do like 3 days a week, every week. It could be once a week. It could be once every 2 weeks. But that's probably the most that we would recommend, once every 2 weeks. Anything longer than that, you start losing the momentum and you start losing the community. That's just, you can't build friendships when you're meeting each other once every week.
Talking about community, I'm going to target this to Tarani and Alicia. how have you been able to connect with the community where your groups are?
Yeah, great question. Well, the Bunnings one actually came through a member of our group. She runs the play groups at Bunnings, and she needed mums to come along. No one knew about it because of COVID, so they needed to get that running. So she contacted us and asked if we could share it on our Mums at the Table page, and invited me personally to come to it. We're really good friends. She comes to our play group as well. So I was like, fine, I'll go to it. Another one. And then, we went and absolutely loved it. And now we have that connection, and all the members that come to this Bunnings workshop is all from our Mums at the Table group.
Oh, wow.
So it just gives us a great opportunity. We're always running the events, and I think, just getting, distracted with that, where this time we can actually come and connect, not only with these members that are coming, but also the Bunnings staff as well. So that's been a big one. And recently we have a church also at Queenstown that's connected with their early childhood centre next door. So they decided to get together, the church lets them use the hall, while they run programs and children's stuff through the church. So they do messy plays. They just finished doing the toilet training, and of course contacted Mums at the Table for Adelaide to advertise all their programs out to our mums. And we had a toilet training workshop just last week, and out of the 10 there, 6 were from Mums at the Table. So it's getting out there, and we're definitely learning how to direct probably just more things from the community and how we can get connected. So it's definitely keeping us busy. Yeah.
Sorry. I do like the idea. No, sorry. I think sorry to talk over you. I do like the idea where we're in the process of moving into a new church. Hopefully in the near future. I like the idea of you using the church page in the week, and reaching to the community. Because it's there, and it's lovely that that's being used, to benefit the community, and that's really great. I want to ask you, with the people that are helping in your groups, other volunteers that are helping, does the age vary? Do you have some, like, say, grandmothers who have retired and they've got some spare time, or is it young mums like you, or who is it? Can you give us a bit of an idea?
Yeah, sure. In our group in Toowoomba, I've roped in some of the grandmas. That's how I'm helping get it run, because I've got 2 young kids myself. So when we first started, it was me and another mum who had a little one, just the 2 of us, and we were starting to find it a little bit difficult to turn up with our kids, then pull everything out, set up, make sure the mums are happy, do some morning tea, and it was just a little bit like we needed at least 2 of us when we had our kids there. So I've been able to rope in a few older ladies in our church community, and it's actually beautiful. Like the community mums that come, we have mostly community mums and a few from our church community, but mostly community people. And I've heard so many comments of them saying, I just love Pam. She's just like my mom, like that, just having that grandmother person, and she just dotes on the kids, and she'll, take a kid and play with it to give a mum a little break while she's breastfeeding the little one and things like that. And so it's actually beautiful having that mix of intergeneration women there, because we just it's like the village, I guess, and that's what we're hoping to create. So I use anyone I can rope in to help. But I've got a couple of grandmas, which are great.
Yeah, that's really great, Alicia, because also, not only does it give them obviously, purpose, but grandmothers have a wealth of experience to share as well. You know what I mean? While your mums are learning the ropes, but grandmothers come in and go, yeah, that's fine. They'll be all right. Okay, I can do this. Right. So that's really great that you're using that. It's a win-win situation, isn't it? For the mums, for the grandmothers, for the kids. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but all programs cost money. So is this do volunteers get paid? Or you just free volunteers? Or how does this program? Do Do you get support from anywhere financially?
Well, there's a few different ways. Like in terms of we get support from donor funding. In terms of running the website, running our social media channels. Our moderators are very lovely moderators. Are all volunteers. They get paid in lots of gratitude from me.
Good on you. That's lovely.
Look, I believe there is, if the community or the people, our audience, would like to contribute, there is a website that they could go to, which is mumsathetable.com
Let's put that up
/donate.
Here we go.
So, our audience, if you'd like to contribute and help, because it'd be great to have more of these programs running and more work done on this Facebook that you have and so forth. So, if people are willing to donate, that would be great.
Absolutely. Like Alicia said, it takes a village, you know what I mean? As lovely as these ladies are and they're volunteering their time, but, having the funds there to actually do the great work that they are doing. As you've heard, this is a beautiful, beautiful program. And, it's something that's always going to be needed. There's always going to be mums around and there's always going to be mums that, we're learning, like I said. So please, we'll pop that. Can we pop that donation thing again? Yeah. We encourage you. Please go and donate whatever you can.
Corinne, the other thing too is there may be mums that are watching this program that would like to be part of a Mums at the Table, or may want to organise one in their own church or community area that they're in. So, Melody, how do they go about that? How can they get in contact with you to be able to, start or to get involved somehow?
The easiest way would be just to get to our website, so mumsathetable.com, and there will be different sections there. There's a section there to join, so you can join a group, or there's a section on contact us and just get in touch with us, and we'll be able to point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Great. Corinne, we need to move on, but before we do that, I don't want to cut you short, ladies. Is there anything that you think is important to share with us that we may have missed tonight?
I just want to share really quick how powerful the social media is. When I only started this group just over a year ago in Toowoomba, with 0 people in the Facebook group, just started a Toowoomba Facebook group. There's 700 mums in Toowoomba that have joined that group now. And I've asked so many of them. I've said, how did you come across it? Like, how did you find us? And so many of them said, we were moving to Toowoomba. I just typed into Facebook Mums Group Toowoomba and your group came up and it was one of the first. So I joined and I wanted to be able to connect with mums, So it's just powerful. Like mums are looking for connection. And so, just in terms of like keeping this going and the social media side and website, it is super powerful in terms of the way it's connecting mums. So, it's just a testament to how great what we're doing and Melody and the team are doing with Mums at the Table actually impacting people's lives. Yeah,
that's great because they can get live connection through the groups, but they can also get connection and support through the online social media, which is really great.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, ladies, for taking the time to come and share this beautiful, beautiful ministry that you do. And we never really know what difference we make in someone's life, or even like a mom having a conversation with a mom that could have been having not such a good day, which sometimes us mom have. And just, so thank you for the time that you put in. I know you get a lot out of it as well because like you said, Alicia, you get to meet new people in a new place. Did you want to say something, Johnny?
I just feel I want to encourage mums that are watching this and maybe even fathers that, the main person that looks after the children, or whatever they are, fathers or mothers.
The carer,
The carer. Actually, if they're anywhere in Australia or New Zealand, is to contact Mums at the Table, and just get some support because there are a lot of people out there struggling, and there's no need to struggle. Just contact mumsathetable.com and get support because the support's out there by these wonderful ladies.
Absolutely. You just have to be yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
talking to those ladies, they're just being themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they just have a passion, obviously, to connect with people, to help people, and also it gives you that sense of, when you don't do stuff so that other people talk about it, but it makes you feel good inside that you're helping somebody else. So I'm sure there are viewers that would love to, like you said, Johnny, get in touch with Melody, and if you're not sure, you can, get in touch with us, and
Yep.
we can put you in touch with Melody. But
Yeah.
thank you, ladies, for your time.
Thank
It
you.
was-
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Well done. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Thank you for contributing. That was beautiful.
That was awesome. That was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And like maybe it's something, like there's grandmothers, like Alicia said, and I'm sure there's always young mums around.
Yeah.
I would love for the church that we're building one day to have a group like that. I think, we want to have a positive connection in the community
No, really good.
and help people. What's next, my friend?
It's our recipes.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to go straight into that and have a look at the recipe that BB's put together for us this time.
Hi everyone, today I want to focus on root vegetables, parsnip. Parsnip is another vegetable that is not used very often. It looks like a carrot, except it's white or pale white. You will never find carrots with leaves in the shops, only because a lot of people are allergic to the leaves. It causes blistering skin rash. Today I want to share with you very simple, quick and easy parsnip patties. This recipe you can pre-steam the veggies, but for health benefits I want to use all the vegetables raw, because again we're going to fry it or roast it, so there's no need of cooking the vegetables twice. Okay, so for this recipe we're going to use spinach. Our main ingredients will be parsnip, some onion, good amount of sage, ginger, garlic and chili. Our secret ingredients, pear. Make sure it's super soft and ripe. Grate all your veggies into one bowl on your hand grater using the big eyes on your grater, or you can use your Thermomix or your blender if you want. Grate your onion. When you choose pears for this recipe, use fully ripened ones. They're going to add extra sweetness to your patties. Grate your ginger and garlic on the smaller eyes of your grater. Chop your sage and chili very finely and add it to your grated veggies. What we'll do, we're going to divide our mixture into two batches. One batch we're going to leave as it is, and to the other one we're going to add heaps of spinach to increase the iron value of your patties. To both mixtures, add baking powder, turmeric, besan flour and salt. Mix it well with your hands, squeezing the juices out of your raw veggies so it binds together. Get your crumbs ready and mold your patties using your hands. Depends on what size you want, and coat it in your crumbs. Today we're going to fry our patties, but you've got an option to put it in the oven and bake it at 200 degrees for about 35 minutes. Patties are done. You can freeze them before you cook them, or you can freeze them after you've fried them. You've got one green patties with your spinach and one plain. They're nice and soft inside, and the baking powder creates the puffiness and fluffiness of your patties. You can serve it in your burgers, you can serve it with mashed potatoes, with rice, or just on its own. Hope you enjoy it. Bon appetit.
So, you know what I like with BB's recipe? she gets all these vegetables that I don't use, like parsnips, and she makes it look amazing with a secret ingredient. Do you know what it was? It was pear.
Yeah.
So
did anyone get that? The secret ingredient on that recipe was pear.
who would think to put a pear with a parsnip? And it looks yum. I'm definitely going to try that. Thank you, Bibi, always for sharing such beautiful recipes with us. It really looks nice. I feel like eating it. I'm watching
It's
it.
interesting, actually, before our show tonight, Corinne, what we're talking about,
What were we
burgers
talking about?
and patties in burgers.
Yes.
And so...
Yes, that's so true.
So it's great. Great to see that. So an easy recipe, freeze them for when you need them.
The one I had today wasn't that healthy.
Okay.
It was plant-based, but it wasn't that healthy. This is definitely good.
That was a good
stuff.
recipe.
That was a great recipe. With the chili in it, right up my alley.
Looking
Very
forward to
good.
the next recipe.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, we've actually
Are
got
you trying the recipes?
Yeah, some of them.
Me too.
Not all of them. I haven't got to all of them yet.
Yeah, me too. Even the flu thing last time, I made one for my daughter-in-law. You know, the flu... You know the one we had last time, and then Bibi made us a jar.
Oh yes, the flu thing. Yeah.
Which I finished, and it was so good that I made one for my daughter-in-law as well. And I said, "This is natural stuff." Thank you, Bibi.
Corinne, we've actually got another interview.
Okay.
We're gonna introduce. Just before we do that, we just got a little clip, and then we're gonna bring on Carmen. Hi. So welcome, Carmen.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Hello, Carmen. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too, guys. What an amazing program we had tonight. I really enjoyed every single segment. Well done.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Look, as you know, Corinne, each time we have a testimony of somebody where their life has been changed in some way or another over time.
Yeah.
And so last time we had Robert.
Yes, I
gave
remember
us his
Robert.
comment, and so I've known Carmen for quite a while, for quite a few years now, and I just wanted to know more about her background, and I believe that she's got a really good story, and so I wanted to share that with our audience tonight. So, Carmen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, definitely. How much time do we have? Because
10 minutes.
And your time starts now. No pressure.
Probably you need to be my timekeeper, because when I start talking about my background and how I've come to know God, I get a little bit excited. So please keep me accountable for the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so just to tell you a little bit about myself. So as you said, my name is Carmen. I'm a mother of two beautiful adult children, Andrea and Theodore, and I'm Michael Smohana's wife. And together we've been ministering to Casey Church for the last 10 years. In my professional life, I'm
Sorry, I just want to say to our audience that Andrea was
and Sammy,
the girl the lady girl that did our health segment on Sunshine. So that's Andrea. That's Carmen's daughter. Everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I was surprised. That's okay. I was pleasantly surprised tonight to see Andrea as well. No, I love my daughter, and I'm very proud of her. And so I just wanted to share a little bit more about my professional life. So I'm a hospital social worker, and currently I work for Eastern Health and casually for Monash Health.
Mm-hmm. And Carmen, have you always been a Christian? Were you born a Christian? How did you get to know about Jesus?
That's a very good question, Johnny. I was born in Romania under the communist regime, as a child. You know, when you grow up under communism, you don't learn about God or you attend church. So I knew that I was baptized as an infant in the Orthodox Church, but my parents were not practicing, so they were not attending church. The name of God was never mentioned in our home, and But God works in mysterious ways, and He places people in your life for a reason and a purpose. And one of my grandmothers, a very loving grandmother, every time she visited us, she taught us how to pray. That was all she knew. She just said, before you go to bed, just say this prayer. It was a very short prayer, but I remember saying that prayer every single night. And in 1989, the communism regime fell, and a lot of people started searching for God. And my family started attending the Orthodox Church. I don't know if you know that the main religion in Romania is Orthodox. And my parents started going to church on Easter and Christmas, and that was all. Was I a Christian? Probably just by name, but not by deeds.
So, what was your turning point then in your life that actually, changed it from just being a Christian by name to being a Christian in your heart?
And this is the bit that I really love, because that's, God uses situations in our life, just to get our attention and just to bring us to that spot where He reveals Himself. And I remember I was only 21, and I was studying at university. I was working full time. I was boarding with my brother and my sister. And I don't know how it is in your culture, but in the Romanian culture, if you are the older daughter or the older girl in the family, all the chores like cooking, cleaning, and doing everything else around the house, they are your responsibility. So my day after day looked like study, going to work, cooking, cleaning, and doing everything else for my brother and my sister. And I felt like I felt empty, and I felt like there should be more to life than just this. And one Saturday when I visited my parents, and they didn't live too far from the city that I was studying in, I went home, and as a good daughter, I did some gardening, and I was alone at home, and a cousin of mine passed by, and he saw me in the garden. He stopped and he said to me, "What do you work today?" And for me, it didn't make any sense, because I knew as an Orthodox person that Sunday was the day when we went to church. And I became quite curious, and I said, and my cousin said, "Don't you know that today is the Sabbath? It is the Lord's day." And when he said that, it made me curious, but also I knew that there were other Protestant churches in the village. And all of a sudden, I became, a little bit on guard, because Orthodox and Protestant churches, they don't mix very well. And my cousin said, if I show you in the Bible, would you believe me? And then I said, if you bring me an Orthodox Bible and you show me, I might believe you. So he started to tell me about Constantine, how he changed Saturday to Saturday, which was the day of rest that God instituted, to Sunday. And being a university student, I was so puzzled, and I was amazed to see he was a simple man, but he knew so much, and things that I didn't have a clue. And the next day he asked me to read Matthew 21, verse 1, which says, "After the Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week," and in the Orthodox Bible, it clearly says in brackets, Sunday, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. And I read it once. He looked at me and said, "Can you read it again?" I read it twice. I didn't understand what he wanted me to understand. I read it the third time, and the third time I felt like a veil was lifted my eyes. It was like, Sunday is the first day of the week. That means Saturday is the seventh day of the week. And in Exodus 20, verse 8, in the fourth commandment, it says, "Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God." And then in Exodus 31, verse 12, I read, Then the Lord said to Moses, say to the Israelites, you must observe my Sabbaths. This will be a sign between you and you for the generations to come, so that you may know that I am the Lord who makes you holy. And for me, it was enough. When I heard that the Sabbath is the Lord's day and it is a sign between me and God, I said, I have to, learn a little bit more about this. And interestingly enough, this cousin of mine, he was baptized just for 1 week. God bless his heart. He was so willing to share what he knew, just a little bit about God. But he invited me. He said, do you want to know more? There is a Revelation seminar that starts on Tuesday, which was just a few days after we met. We met on a Sunday, so we met on Saturday, and then he came on Sunday. And on Tuesday, he invited me to attend a Revelation seminar. So for people who might not be familiar with Revelation, that's the last book of the Bible, and which is full of prophecy, which is a book that many people find it quite difficult to understand. So
after that, how did your life change after that? What did that knowledge bring to you, and how did it change?
It was the fullness that came, the purpose that I discovered. Because Tuesday I attended the seminar. The next Saturday or the Sunday, that cousin of mine invited me in the church to attend the church, and since then I've been in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It was like everything came into place. It was the peace that came into my heart that actually, I can't explain it. It was such a wonderful feeling. And I remember going through difficulties. Not everything was easy. I had my family against me, my father who wanted to disown me. And he said, I made you, I'll kill you, and everything, because I brought shame upon them. I was at university, and at that time in Romania, they would have exams on Sabbath, on Saturday. So I made the decision to keep the Sabbath holy. And that was the turning point in my life, the Sabbath. And for me, I felt like nothing else matters. God gave me that fulfillment in my life, and even today I feel the same. I love the Sabbath. I love when I come together with everyone, and when I open the Bible, all the truth come together.
I want to say something.
Of time,
I know you're watching the time, but I want to. Can I say something?
Go.
Carmen, you're talking about how you didn't feel full inside, and you were searching, and there was something missing. These days, I know there's a lot. I mean, even if you look at the movies these days, if you like to watch movies, everything is to do with end of the world, and there's a lot of people searching for answers. And the book of Revelation has got a lot of answers. If you are interested, I know there are Revelation seminars going to start soon. If it's something that we have to put it out there, because people are no longer just, like you said, when it was a communist regime, following. Now eyes are open, and, they want to know more. And it's like they want to search more because there's an emptiness inside of them as well. Yeah. So, and Carmen, from what you are saying, what you're looking for, you have found, and you're content, and you're in a good place. And this is why we do this show as well, to give you some good news about how these people are gone from looking and searching to actually feeling fulfilled, which is what we all really want at the end of the day.
Yeah, so Corinne, I think at that point in time, I was quite fearful of what happens in 2000, year 2000. A lot of people were talking about, the end of the world, or, things will happen very rapidly. And I had that at the back of my mind. But when I've come to get to know the Lord and the Bible, the truth in the Bible, and that was in 1993, that gives my age away, so sorry. That anxiety about the future just disappeared. I was looking forward to meet the Lord, and that's the same today. And probably that's why I feel so full today, and I feel like I have that peace that comes from Him.
Praise the
Amazing.
Lord. Well, thank you very much. Did you want to say
Yeah.
something else? Or?
No, I
No.
just wanted to, Carmen, just the other day we were away, my husband and I in Cairns, and we met someone. I met a lady at the beach, and exactly what Carmen just said. She said, I have so much anxiety. I don't know how this world is going to finish. People are asking questions, and she wanted to know more. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think that's actually a really good segue into this music clip that we're going to have next, because it actually answers some of these questions. And so, Carmen, we really appreciate it. We would have loved to keep talking to you for ages, but I am conscious of time. And but thank you very much. And
10
we'll have
minutes
to have...
is not enough. 10 minutes is not enough to talk
We'll
about
have to do it
something.
again.
So thank you so much for inviting me on the show.
No,
Thank you,
thank you
Carmen.
very much, Carmen.
Thank you.
And let's have a
pleasure.
listen to this music clip that actually answers some of these questions.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Thank you, Carmen.
What gift of grace is Jesus my Redeemer? There is no more for heaven now to give. He is my joy, my righteousness and freedom, my steadfast love, my deep and boundless peace. To this I hold, my hope is only Jesus. For my life is wholly bound to His. Oh, how strange and divine, I can sing. All is mine, yet not I, but through Christ in me. The night is dark, but I am not forsaken. For by my side, the Savior, He will stay. I labor on in weakness and rejoicing, for in my need His power is displayed. To this I hold, my shepherd will defend me. Through the deepest valley He will lead. Oh, the night has been won, and I shall overcome, yet not I, but through Christ in me. No fate I dread, I know I am forgiven. The future sure, the pricing has been paid. For Jesus bled and suffered for my pardon, and He was raised to overthrow the grave. To this I hold, my sin has been defeated. Jesus now and ever is my King.
Beautiful song.
Beautiful song, well sung,
Yeah.
beautiful lyrics.
I really like some of those Bible verses in there too. One of them was from Revelation, as we
Yeah.
mentioned before.
Revelation 3:20,
Mm.
where God says He stands by the door and knocks. If He's knocking at your door today, let Him in. I want to close with a Bible text today. It's found in the book of Psalms 34 and verse 6, and it says this: "In my desperation, I prayed, and the Lord listened. He saved me from all my troubles." I hope you have enjoyed the show. Johnny and I, as you can see, we're not like, professionals or anything, but we just want you to prosper. We want you to know there's good news out there.
Amongst all the bad news.
Among all the bad news, and that God is listening to you when you pray. He hears you and He sees when you're in trouble, and all you have to ask is for Him to help you, and it's as easy as that.
Thank you, Corinne.
Thank you, Johnny.
And thank you, audience. And we look forward to our episode 8 in a month's time. And hope you can join us again.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
hope so too. Take care. See you next time. God bless.